The Ark of the Covenant, a fascinating study in the Bible. The Ark of the Covenant is one of the Bible's most captivating and mysterious symbols. It's not just an artifact, it's a powerful representation of God's presence, promises, and relationship with His people. What is the Ark of the Covenant? The Ark of the Covenant was a sacred chest made of acacia wood and overlaid with pure gold. Measuring about 4 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high, it was built under God's specific instructions to Moses, Exodus 25:10 through 22. The top of the ark, called the mercy seat, was flanked by 2 golden cherubim with wings outstretched toward each other, symbolizing the throne of God. Inside the ark were 3 significant items: the tablets of the law, representing God's covenant and His standards for holy living; Aaron's rod, a sign of God's chosen leadership and His power to bring life where there was none; a jar of manna, a reminder of God's provision during Israel's journey in the wilderness. Its purpose and meaning. The ark was much more than a storage chest. It symbolized God's tangible presence among His people. It was kept in the Holy of Holies within the tabernacle, and later the temple, a place so sacred that only the high priest could approach it, and even then, only once a year on the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. The ark served as a connection point between heaven and earth. It was where God would speak to His people, as He did with Moses. The mercy seat represented atonement, pointing forward to Jesus Christ, whose sacrifice would ultimately bridge the gap between God and humanity. Key moments with the ark. Crossing the Jordan River. The ark led the Israelites as they crossed the Jordan on dry ground, signifying God's miraculous power and guidance. Joshua 3. Jericho's walls. The ark was carried around Jericho as part of God's strategy to bring down its walls, showing His might in battle. Joshua 6. Captured and returned. When the Philistines captured the ark, it brought plagues upon them, demonstrating that no power could rival God's. They returned it in fear. 1 Samuel 5 through 6. David's celebration. King David danced with abandon as the ark was brought to Jerusalem, reflecting the joy of welcoming God's presence. 2 Samuel 6. The ark's disappearance and legacy. The ark disappeared after the Babylonian conquest, and its fate remains one of history's great mysteries. Some speculate it was hidden to protect it, while others believe it was destroyed. Regardless, the ark's deeper significance continues. It pointed to the ultimate fulfillment of God's presence with humanity through Jesus Christ. Why is the ark relevant today? Studying the Ark of the Covenant reminds us of God's desire to dwell among His people, the seriousness of sin and the need for atonement, His faithfulness to provide and guide His people. In a sense, we no longer need an ark. Through Jesus, God's presence is no longer confined to a golden chest or a temple. It's with us and in us. This study of the Ark of the Covenant invites us to see the threads of God's plan woven through history and how He calls us into a relationship marked by reverence, trust, and joy. We encourage you to share your thoughts and questions as we journey together through Scripture.